everyone, it's Matt here. Welcome back to another episode of Money Talk. Habits are the most prominent differentiating factor between rich and poor. The way you spend money determines your financial status. Most people don't manage to leave the poor cycle despite earning a considerable amount of money. Both the wealthy and the poor have brains, but they differ when it comes to mentality. People become successful all because they orient their mentality around success and act accordingly. Ever wondered why you have no money at the end of each month, even after having a decent salary? All of this comes down to your money spending habits. No one likes to be declared wrong, but you have to admit that you are wrong to make things right. In this video, we're going to discuss 6 everyday habits that stop you from being wealthy. As always, if you have any questions or if you find yourself guilty of any of these habits, let us know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoy this video or find it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Let's jump into it. The first bad habit is following the trends. The worst way to spend your money is by buying things that are in trend and overpriced. You don't have to pay $200 more, all because everyone is purchasing something like maniacs. The first step towards financial stability requires you to stop following trends. The world of sensations is never ending, but your resources are limited, so be careful. So what should you do? Stop chasing luxuries until you've fulfilled your necessities. Inspire yourself to live within your means. It's your hard-earned money, so spend it on worthy things. And this leads us into bad habit number 2, which is not differentiating between your needs and your wants. Most people remain in the rat cycle because they confuse themselves between needs and wants. Big organizations utilize marketing tactics that trick us into buying things that we don't really need. For example, you see a bundle of 3 shirts that you're getting at 30% discount. You only need 1 shirt, but you probably will end up buying all 3. So what should you do? Before purchasing anything, ask yourself whether you need it or want it. Spend the money wisely on the needs first, and then put the remaining amount in a savings account. Bad habit number 3, not sticking to your budget. Many people make a monthly budget, but they fail to follow it most of the time. The reason is quite simple. You haven't tamed yourself well with budgets. An important aspect of succeeding with budgets is to appraise them for variances. So what can you do to help solve this problem? Well, convince yourself to check your budgets and apply for variances. You'll always find yourself overspending. Unless you appraise your performance, you probably won't stick to the budget. Remember, budgets are spending habits, not calculations. Bad habit number 4, which I'm sure a lot of us are guilty of, and that's spending before earning. To fulfill some of our needs and most of our desires, we borrow money to spend. By the month's end, your credit card bill could be touching the upper limit. Credit cards are toxic debt. They come with the highest annual percentage rates charged by banks. So what can you do? The best practice to save yourself from the never-ending cycle of debt is to make a budget. By making a budget, you can keep a record of your expenses and control them efficiently. Never swipe your credit card unless it's an absolute necessity. Number 5, not tracking your spending. As soon as there's a deposit in the bank account, most people withdraw and start spending it without giving it a second thought. People don't realize their mistake until the balance left in their account is not sufficient enough to meet their ends. This happens a lot when you don't keep track of your expenses. You'll never know your bad spending habits. So what can you do to help solve this problem? Automate your budgeting with an app or even a simple spreadsheet. Always reconcile your expenditure lists with the bank statements. Keep a track of every penny you spend. Again, this will inspire you to make budgets as a way to manage your life, not just a calculation. And this brings us to our last point, and one of the most common points that keep a lot of people poor, and that's not creating an emergency fund. If there's something uncontrollable with your spending habits, it's about emergencies. No one can predict unwanted emergency events. Personal and family issues aside, who could predict a year like 2020? You'll always come short of money if you never built an emergency fund to begin with. So what can you do? Before putting your money into investments, set aside a small portion of your income in a savings account monthly. Start small and gradually increase your savings. Building a pool of emergency funds will also help you avoid the toxic debt trap as well. So there we have it. We've gone through 6 money habits that help to keep you poor. Are you guilty of any of these? If so, be honest and let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.